Hi, and welcome to Revision Videos. In this video, we'll be taking a look at an atlas to get a real-world idea for the types of farming and where they take place across the world. An example of commercial farming is Broadfields Farm in Worcester, UK. The farm is primarily a dairy farm with livestock. It's also home to a maze that the public can walk around. The farm benefits from good fertile land, providing good connections to main roads and purpose-built milking stations to make the whole process more streamlined and profitable. This is a farm built to make money. Another example is Ladang Bradwal Plantation in Malaysia, where the perfect climate conditions allow for the native oil palm to be mass cultivated. The trees here are in perfect order, again making the picking process more streamlined for mass harvesting and export across the world. Subsistence farms are generally small farms made to cater for the farmer's family alone. This tends to be in rural places, far from the large cities and shops. Here is an example in the middle of the Amazon basin of a small private farm. We can see here that some forest has been cleared and a few simple buildings are placed. There are no main cities for hundreds of miles, and trade is likely to be in crops and commodities with neighbours rather than money. Despite being at the other side of the world, here in Pai, Thailand, we can see another example of home farming. Here we see a more communal approach to farming, where one family live and work animals on their small plot of land, whilst another family tend to the bananas on their land. This is again traded. Over in Sapa, Vietnam, we see a good example of intensive farming. Most of the country's rice is produced in the region. Rice relies on the country's wet season waterlogging of the man-made contours or rice shelves and requires constant labour during sowing and harvesting and tending to the rice. Thus the farm will be labour intensive. For an example of capital intensive farming, we can visit the Netherlands. Dutch tulips are exported across the world and intensively bred for their distinct colours. Here we see a large collection of farms laid out and ready for tulip production. The planting, collecting and procurement of the tulips beyond harvest requires a lot of expensive machinery, and labour costs here are high as the quality is very important. This type of intensive farming also makes the most of a small piece of land. An example of extensive farming is Commonwealth Hill Station in Australia. Here we can clearly see a few simple buildings in areas that bring great rainfall during the winter to provide simple grass feed for the sheep. This requires little extra capital or labour. This is pastoral lease, whereby land owned by the monarchy is leased to farmers for raising livestock. This farm is home to around 6,000 sheep at any one time. However, relative to the large amount of land they roam, produce is small. Thanks for watching, and remember, for more revision materials, go to revisionworld.com, and for more revision videos like this one, like, comment and subscribe to our channel Revision World TV.